it to my doorstep. Missouri is one of the top states in having pro athletes across the three major sports. That's NFL, that's NBA, that's MLB. Missouri doesn't have an NBA team, and we also don't have an NFL team. We know what happened with the NFL team. Mr. Crunky, he wanted his team to be back in LA. And guess what? If I was him, I would have did the exact same thing. Why wouldn't I want my team to be in LA versus St. Louis at its current state? You know what I mean? There's nothing here versus for a billionaire that could possibly get the same team in SoFi. Have you all seen SoFi? SoFi is amazing. North St. Louis would be the area where we would build Treetop Arena. Treetop Arena would be the venue that would house a St. Louis WNBA basketball team. Why WNBA versus NBA? Well, the last time we had an NBA team was back in the 1940s, if I'm not mistaken. Someone check that for me, 1940s. And now, we used to be the St. Louis Hawks, and they used to actually play right across from Forest Park at what's that? It's that Forest Park Community College. That's where the area was. So we haven't had a team since the 40s, 1900s. And now they're the Atlanta Hawks, and the Atlanta Hawks are a pretty decent franchise. You know, they have a lot of people that come out to the games. Atlanta is a great city anyway, you know what I mean? And even looking at it from the standpoint of having, you know, the Delta Airlines in Georgia. So that also makes for more revenue to be raked in. Looking at going back to the WNBA, Treetop Arena would be that venue that could bring that St. Louis WNBA team. We get people to come out and support the WNBA team. Now, we get people looking at it from the standpoint of, okay, cool. St. Louis is very receptive to this WNBA team. What would need to be done for us to get an NBA franchise? You know what I mean? We have to do the necessary things possible to capture the big fish. We all know what big fish look like, and we all know what little fish look like, okay? We have little fish that needs to be a part of the equation, and the little fish will always be a part of the equation. But what do we do to grab the big fish? What do we do? Gotta get a WNBA team. You know, the MLS soccer team is doing really good. Love the soccer stadium. Hockey, you know, we won a Stanley Cup not too long ago, about 6 years ago. MLB, baseball, Cardinals, kind of really don't even want to touch on that, but we got some bright years ahead of us, hopefully. I'm optimistic. And St. Louis Battlehawks, you know, we sell out all the time at the Dome. So that just shows you that Missouri and St. Louis specifically will support anything that we actually invest in and actually promote ourselves. Even looking across from the Dome, that area, that's just more open land. You know what I mean? And we could be making so much profit off that land. I don't know what the government or the city officials have planned for that land. I'll throw this out there if they don't have anything planned. When I put a bunch of shopping and lodging right across from the Dome, take a page out of the Streets of St. Charles book. They have nail salon, they have an arcade spot, they got a Bar Louie, They got a couple other spots on the bottom level. Just right above, it's a huge apartment complex. So the tenants are on the top and all of the vendors are on the bottom. We can do that across from the dome. How much revenue would that generate? Okay, if someone wants to add, where do we get the money to do that? Like I said, what's the word of the evening? Buy-in. All right? So we got to do the things necessary. Real quick, I'm going to answer another question. So someone said, what vehicle are you most excited about right now? Okay, that's a different type of question, but I'm gonna answer it. I'm pretty high on the EV Hummer right now. Really high on the electric Hummer right now. GMC is doing some pretty good things, and yeah, I like that one. You know, you never could go wrong with the EV Escalade or just the Cadillac Escalade, the gas version. Never could go wrong with that either, but right now I'm very high on the EV Hummer. So that's that question that was sent. Hopefully I answered it to your liking. Alrighty. What should we tackle next? Kind of going through this stuff too. You all are a great crowd.
Thank you.
All right, so we look at it from the standpoint of, I know so many people from the St. Louis area that have been very successful. They are very successful, very talented people. Somehow, some way, we always lose our talent to another city, you know, and I can't say that I blame those people. Me personally, I don't plan on leaving. I mean, someone could call right after this event and say, hey, I want to give you $100 million to move to LA, and we want to do these things and do these things. Or I give you $50 million to move to New York, and we can do these things and we can collaborate on these things. Would I take the job? Some things I have to wait. You know, I have to ask some more questions just to see if it would fit what I actually have planned. Nevertheless, our talent, our brilliant people, our hard workers are leaving St. Louis because there's no buy-in. You can ask anyone from St. Louis. They say if you make it out of St. Louis, you can make it anywhere. I'm pretty sure a lot of other cities have that saying as well, that may have the same issues that St. Louis face. I'm gonna just speak on St. Louis. You can make it from here, you can make it anywhere. A lot of people are not willing to help you here just because it's so cutthroat and grimy. You know what I mean? Going back to, like I said, with the story for the teenagers, so many people looked at me as if I was doing something wrong by helping a couple of teenagers get back to their parents. Mind you, those kids could have just broke into somewhere or just did something illegal and I could have been their getaway driver. Possibly. Or possibly not. They could have just been two innocent kids just needing to get back home. It's not my place to judge. It's no one's place to judge. We all are in this together. We all are in it together. You can't look at your neighbor and go back in your house and think like, oh, okay, well, their lights are cut off and our lights are on, we're good. That's the easy way to kind of get caught up in that way of thinking and way of living, because society has forced everyone to be nonchalant and lackadaisical to what other people are going through. We have to change that. We have to improve on that. And the only way to improve on that is for us to come together and focus on the things necessary. It's no big U's and little I's. It's us. It's us. It's community. It's buy-in. It's togetherness. I'm going to keep using these same words. I know I sound like a broken record. We have talent here in Missouri. We have talent here in St. Louis. Like I said, we have the top athletes professionally in the 3 major sports in the United States. And we lack 2 of those professional teams. Why? Why? Have you looked around the area of the Dome? A lot of homeless people. Have you just walked down on the riverfront, the landing area? A lot of businesses kind of went downhill, even prior to COVID. COVID didn't just basically kill a lot of things. COVID did kill a lot of things. Missouri doesn't even have an airline here anymore. There's no airline based here in Missouri anymore. Why? Yes, we do have a lot of great things. We have a tremendous amount of great things going on in Missouri and in St. Louis. A tremendous amount. It's not enough. It's not enough. But guess what? We can make it enough. And we will make it enough. We will. All right, I'm going to let everyone take their last break, and then we should be getting ready to wrap it up shortly, all right?